infests the creep, dodging the Earthshaker stun, then burrowing out. Nyx's infest is really cool now. You can burrow inside and allied heroes. Oh, Nyx is in trouble because Fisher came in, but Necroid is a little too, couldn't run up and get Death Pulse in. Meanwhile, I miss a kill up top. PGG gets a double kill up top with an effective Bottom Roam. I'm sure there was a rune involved, there was an arrow involved, probably a standard Bottom Roam kill thing. So Scourge is handling themselves pretty well. Their top soul is getting some farm, more farm than the Necroid is, and their bottom melee carry is getting the farm he needs in order to succeed, which is really good. So anyway, about the new Nyx change, how you can infest heroes and surprise butt six them. It's really cool to see on Nyx, like, if there was a Clockwork or if there was a Spirit Breaker, you can just infest them, and then Clockwork hooks on, their Spirit Breaker charges in, and boom, 400 damage, and there's a fucking Nyx who can't be stunned, can't be stopped unless you have a Ghost Scepter in the range, and if it's just a nightmare to any person getting ganked by that. Meanwhile, Angel's farming 44-9. He managed to pick up a relatively early Ring of Basilius, but he did die to PGG's successful roam. Meanwhile, there is a Cluster F bot. Nyx invests the creep in order to gain enough HP to stay alive. Earthshaker manages to land a stun. Nyx is in a lot of trouble. He might die. I think he'll be okay. He manages to rage the Death Pulse, and now he's coming into. He's lifestealing a lot of his HP back. Meanwhile, Miguel did come in, but he couldn't get a successful trap and kill. And PGG's playing a really, really good roaming Bottom. Bottom mid lane has a lot of mobility with his leap, and oh my god, Enigma's gonna. Oh, nice clutch magic. Oh, magic. I thought the magic one would be enough in order to save, but Enigma's too fat and slow and got hit by the tower a couple more times and died anyway, even though Ianfish did manage to get the kill. So that's unfortunate for Enigma. But PGG's doing a really good job roaming as Bottom. Bottom's a pretty effective mid-soul when he's facing against a hero. You can clearly be like, I suppose, a Clockwork, maybe a Doom, although you don't want to let a Doom farm as much as you could let a Clockwork farm. You can see that he hasn't farmed too much, but he's hoarding the runes. He's going up to gank when he sees a conducive opportunity to gank, and he's just playing an effective game. Meanwhile, Rise is migrated top. He's at 8-1, 9 minutes, and less than a creep kill per minute. That's really unfortunate for Rise. He's getting kind of owned top. Windrunners had the same position as the Necrolite, but since the Earthshaker had to go bottom to help Rise, Windrunner doesn't need as many items as a Necrolite in order to be effective. So I feel like that was a good laning call by the retry, more than sort of a bad laning judgment by Nevo. Retry predicted where the trial would be, and they put their Windrunner against it. And thanks to that good move, the retry's been able to get more farm on their soul than Nevo's been able to get on their soul. Sorry, I just had a total brain fart meltdown, brain lapse. So we see Clockwork going to farm. We see PGG chasing. PGG misses an arrow, but A manages to get a cold feet. Although Luna's move speed is, I think 330. It's the highest in the game, and could escape from the cold feet quite easily, especially now that he has boots. Meanwhile, Nyx picked up an early treads and is working on his armlet. Nyx has a kill. Oh, Clockwork ventured a little too far. He was a little out of position right there, and he'll pay the price right here. And I think Crystal Maiden might go down as well. Really questionable judgment on why Nevo did that. Looks like Nyx is trying to get the last hit, but PGG jacks it, and I'm sure he won't be flaring this time. He's calling for a save, and looks like he's probably going to get it. So Scourge is playing this really well. Oof. Looks like McDeath and Nyx dropped out. But I think he did manage, yep, he reconnected with G-Proxies, so good job by Dare and their new Dota client fixing that. So, Nyx is getting a lot of farm. I really feel like Nyx is a stronger mid-game carry than Luna, especially since he doesn't need a BKB as badly, and he has more HP. And he's just a beast. Nyx is awesome. I really like seeing him in pro games these days. I guess all these melee buffs have really brought back melee carries. We're seeing a lot more Lycan, we're seeing a lot more Nyx, and by a lot more I mean basically those two. Although I haven't even seen Nyx too much. But yeah, so far Scourge is in a pretty dominating lead. They have a tower, they're up by 8 kills and against... I think they're a little bit earlier game than Sentinel. The Sentinel has the Luna and Necrolite who can carry quite well into the late game and probably out-carry a Nyx unless he gets a BKB. Which he might. He probably will against this Nuke heavy lineup. But so we see Nyx just farming a bit. There's not really much action here. A lot of jostling for position. Oh right, nice shackle shot by the Windrunner, and an AA blast comes up. Misses the Luna unfortunately since he was so close, but he manages to get a cold feet. PGG hits an arrow, and really nice play. Hi everybody, I am back, but unfortunately, sorry for the pause, although you won't notice it due to the magic of video editing. But I am back, and here to bring you more. I apologize for the pause. A pack of wild wolverines actually came up and tried to assault my face, but I managed to block it off. My face is too much for them. I was like, dude, so my face was so gorgeous or so ugly that it just turned into stone. But fuck Wolverines, and now I am here, ready to be back in this game. So anyway, what I miss? Oh, I missed a couple of kills while I was talking, but I think you managed to see it in the camera below. So right now we see Scourge winning 12-3, mostly due to the fantastic roaming by PGG. Miguel managed to roam top. Rise is really having a tough time, only managed to pick up boots. 13 minutes in the game, which is definitely not what you want your Necrolite to be doing. Meanwhile, Nyx is 59-16 and he has 2 kills. He's farming exceptionally well. And I don't really know how the Sentinel will be able to come back. They also managed to pick up a tower. Sentinel's only chance to get Luna really farmed, get a BKB, and kill the other team. Probably won't be able to kill Nyx because he has his rage skill allowing him to bypass a lot of the magical damage. But with a couple of clockwork initiations, a couple of nice smoke ganks, maybe the Sentinel can get back into the game. But right now, Necrolite can't be ganking, he just has to try to farm his way back into the game. The sword just ran out. I don't know if that was the Sentinel or Scourge Ward, but it doesn't matter because AA and Mirana have both smoked and are now invisible off the map. So right now, Necrolite sends something, so he managed to teleport top, and he gets a free lane right now top to go in, but Crystal Main might not be so lucky. Oh, PGG fires an arrow, and a cold feet and the arrow synergize really well, because if you stand there, you get frozen, and you have to move, and if you move, then Mirana will have a pretty easy chime landing a good arrow and managing to pick you off for a nice stun. And Nevo keeps tanking all this tower damage. He loves that tower, man. So, looks like Scourge are gonna manage to push bottom tower, get another tower. Meanwhile, Miguel is trying to push mid, but PGG comes in, and he'll be able to prevent this push, no problem. There's not really much that the Sentinel can do in order to stop the push. In fact, wow! Good thing I managed to catch that at the end. Although, with another prepubescent voice crack, which is extremely, extremely not good, you might say. So, PG managed to pick off the Clockwork. AA fired a Preventer Toria Blast, forcing the Clockwork to hook back in and try to kill PGG, but PGG just does so much damage. And if you get bottom early kills, early farm, then he can become quite powerful and can possibly help carry the game as well. And right now, with PGG being on a monster kill streak, he is certainly doing just that. Nyx managed to finish a 15-minute Armlet Treads Magic Wand. Yeah, he's pretty much unkillable for the Sentinel. The Armlet gives him 475 extra HP. and he has built-in magic immunity, and Sentinel's basically comprised solely on nukes, so I'm not really sure how Sentinel can come back from this, especially with the retry playing so aggressive. They placed a ward on this spot, enabling to see a shit ton of vision. See how Angel's farming. Angel's at 70 and 24, but he doesn't have many items. Let's check his gold. He has 1270 gold. Let's check the Crow to see if there's anything there. Crow. What does Crow have? Crow has nothing. So Angel, although he has the most creep kills in the game, he hasn't managed to do much with it. He's been ganked a couple times, and he's probably lost a lot of gold. Derp. So let's see how much gold has he lost. He's lost 276 gold. So surprised he doesn't have some more items on the circle. Meanwhile, thanks to the good ward, the Scourge are in good position to try to pick off the Sentinel. They managed to try to ult PGG, but Necrolite being such a low level, his ult won't do as much damage. However, Miguel manages to pick off the Ancient Apparition somewhere. And PGG, I think he tried to go balls deep in for the Clockwork and managed to get himself picked up, feeding a lot of gold to Rise and Miguel, respectively. Max just turns around and decides to wail on the Clockwork, but he won't be able to get it. If he just infests creep, does 400 AoE damage, and there's not really much a Sentinel can do. His rage is on cooldown, but Armlet Nyx is just too beefy right now to pursue. So I'm going to manage to pick up an Ogre Axe, and he'll be alright. And Nyx runs out safely. So Luna's obviously going for a quick BKB, but they'll need a lot of AoE to clear the creeps. Luna's also a lot like Liches, where you need to have maximum heroes in the vicinity and minimum creeps in the vicinity, unlike a Nerd Shaker where you try to strive for as much creeps as you can. So I managed to scout the Windrunner, but Windrunner just runs away. Windrunner managed to pick up a mechanism to go along with his phase boots and his magic wand. Fucking hell, I'm terrible at this. Vayne and Just Error, the Ancient Apparition, managed to kill Angel, and Angel's dead. Yes, I know that thought will blow your mind, but believe me, that actually did happen. If you kill somebody, they will in fact die. There's just so much action. I managed to kill a lot of them, catch a lot of them on camera, but I'm not really able to commentate. Enigma manages to hit a 0-person black hole, but Clockwork was stuck in the ACOGs. He has a haste rune, so he tried to go after the Enigma for a bit, but wasn't able to. Windrunner misses the shackle shot, but I think Cinderen's pretty much fucked here. Windrunner jacks the last hit, probably to PGG's annoyance, since he wants to make up his gold after he fed that. So Necrolite does a good job scaring Murano away. Almost gets a kill, but not quite at all. However, Angel comes in from the backside and snipes the Murano. There's just a lot of action in this game. It's a typical retry game where everybody's playing extremely aggressive. I mean, 19-7, 19 minutes in, 26 kills in 19 minutes. It's quite a few kills. More than a kill a minute, as you guys with basic fucking hell. Alright, Angel manages to pick off Enigma, and Enigma rage buys. And they're not going to get a tower deny there, so that might have been a mistake for a buyback, but Enigma did manage to pick up his Blink Dagger before I managed to catch that. So I don't think he lost too much gold. So Sentinel is playing to Scourge's over-aggression a bitch. Sentinel's playing to Scourge's over-aggression and trying to get themselves back in this game. There's only really a couple wards, and they're mostly Scourge wards. So let's check out Sentinel view, see how far they're playing. Yeah, Sentinel's has the same ward here as the Scourge do, but aside from that, they're essentially playing blind. So let's go back to Darth view. Meanwhile, Nyx hasn't died in all of these dives into the Sentinel side of the map, and he managed to pick up a Blink Dagger and a fast Mithril Hammer, indicating he's going for probably a Desolator. Usually you want to pick up the Ogre Axe for extra HP, and